What's up, Bill? And welcome to Monster Morgue.
Monster Lord, Halloween.
In today's build, we're gonna do the pumpkin from the Halloween 2 poster from 1981. I really hope you enjoyed this video. First, we're gonna start with a cheap trick-or-treat pumpkin and a cheap $2 skull. We're gonna also need some foam clay, some acrylics, and some wood glue. We start by marking the skull in half and cutting it. We're gonna attach it to the plastic pumpkin with some zip ties and hot glue, as shown. I open the mouth of the skull to make a little bit open. I'm cutting in the back of the skull so I can attach it to the pumpkin. Now carefully we're gonna make some holes in the skull and in the pumpkins, and we're gonna introduce the zip ties. Be careful, you can cut yourself if you're using the knife as I did. Now we attach the bottom part of the mouth. Now I'm gonna use some hot glue. Now with some wood glue, we're gonna glue the foam clay in all the borders and using a reference in part of the eye area. I'm also using a little bit of water just to smooth the clay to the plastic pumpkin. I'm also gonna put some foam clay inside the mouth to give it a little of texture. Now I mark a circle in a 6mm EVA foam, slightly bigger than the hole on top of the pumpkin. Now I made this with the big spoon you use to serve soup. You can use this. I made this with a piece of wood and I drilled it to it. I love this technique to use in a bowl. I have this bowl, silver bowl, and I put inside the piece of EVA foam. With the hot gun, I'm gonna heat it and make the form. I'm also gonna take this 10mm EVA foam and I'm gonna cut a piece of it and glue it on the top. Now, using a marker, I'm gonna make the lines from top to bottom. I'm gonna mark the center and glue the piece of EVA foam. I'm also gonna cover the top of the eyebrow with a little bit of foam clay, just to give this mean look. We cover the top part with some glue and some foam clay, just to give it some texture. with pen or sculpting tool, make some lines so you can give more texture to it. I'm also using the tool to mark the Sharpie marks we did before. Now it's time to paint. I'm giving only to the EVA foam part some plastic tip, and now with a light green, almost white green, I paint all the pumpkin and the top part. Now with some yellow, I just put a little bit in the front part where the skull is. Now with some acrylic paint, I'm using an airbrush. You can use some brushes with this. You can paint it by hand. I'm using the airbrush because I have it. I just give a pumpkin color, and now with a lighter brown, I'm doing some shadows and the lines of the pumpkin. Then with a brown color, I'm gonna shape it more. Then I'm gonna use some black to make all the shadows and paint the eye area, mouth, and nose. And with a darker brown, we're gonna do the dry brush technique and paint the top part brown. And to finish the skull pumpkin, we're gonna give 3 layers or 3 hands of Mod Podge. Remember, if you like the video, please consider to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Good night.